First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
The Trump administration dropped a multi-state legal challenge which could have impacted thousands of international students, including those here at the University of Florida. This is WUFT's First at 5. I'm Carle.
And I am Isabella Reinoso. We learned today the federal government is reversing the termination of legal status for international students. WUFT's Aiden Wacksman is live in the studio detailing the reversal and what this means for those students moving forward.
Dozens of cases have been filed by international students across the country. The Trump administration is restoring the legal status of international students who had their records terminated in recent weeks, according to a government attorney. We know at least 8 UF students' legal statuses were revoked earlier this year. Many international students with terminated statuses began to discover their records were abruptly restored Thursday afternoon. The reinstatements occurred with little to no explanation. They sued the administration for action ICE took earlier this month, canceling thousands of international students' immigration records. Those records are used by schools to make sure students are meeting the requirements of their visas. According to court documents, ICE claimed the records terminations were for students who had an alleged criminal history. The Justice Department says records are being reinstated for students who sued. Earlier this month, supporters came together to protest the deportation of Felipe Zapata Velasquez. He was detained in Gainesville in late March for driving with a suspended license. He was then put in ICE custody and taken to a detention center. His mother confirmed he was sent back to Colombia earlier this month. Zapata Velasquez was in the middle of renewing his student F1 visa when he was detained. Live in the studio, Aiden Wacksman, WUFT News.
Our second top story, Gainesville Regional Airport is getting a long overdue makeover, one that's targeting traffic and parking delays. The expansion includes more parking spaces, new baggage systems, and an additional runway. WFT's Isabella Heupel is live in the studio with more on what these changes will look like.
That's right, Isabella and Ciara. Behind me is a rendering of a new parking garage that's opening soon, and this is just the latest of anticipated upgrades coming to the regional airport. The parking garage will bring 418 new spaces and new lanes for rideshare travel, an upgrade that Public Relations Manager Aaron Porter says the airport desperately needs.
What that's going to do, besides alleviate our parking and add almost 50% more parking spaces here at our airport, is it will help to mitigate the traffic on our airport curb.
But that's not all. Still under construction is a new baggage handling system and the expansion of the West Apron, which would expand the taxiway for larger aircrafts.
Our team is dedicated to staying on top of these improvements and making sure that they happen in a timely fashion and aren't excessive.
Porter says that after 2019, GNV lost about 95% of its traffic due to the pandemic. Now, she says, these upgrades are the airport's way of sending a message to the world after it broke its personal record for traffic in 2024.
In 2025, Gainesville Regional Airport is back.
According to Porter, the garage is expected to open sometime in June, and the baggage handling system and taxiway expansion within a year. Live in the studio, Isabella Heupel, WUFT News.
Police in Lake City have made an arrest in the Easter night shooting that injured one of their officers. Police say they identified Justin Clarity as the shooter and took him into custody this week. Investigators say he was released from prison just 1 week ago after serving 4 years. We showed you this surveillance video of the chaos Thursday. Police say the video helped them identify the suspect. The fight had broken out at Annie Maddox Recreation Center. Lake City Police and Columbia County Sheriff's Office were there for crowd control when the shots were fired. The officer that was shot was also released from the hospital today.
The recent city election was called into question at the Alachua County Commission meeting earlier this week. City Manager Mike DeRosa put out a statement about the issue earlier this afternoon. He says neighbors had questions about some of the voters and if they were eligible to cast a vote. The city says they're taking the claim seriously and are actively gathering information about the claims.
Another day of heat and not a drop of rain in sight for North Central Florida. But the UF weather team is tracking a system that could bring a little relief. UF forecaster Matthew Clark is live in the weather studio tracking your weekend forecast.
Yeah, the drought has continued. As of a few days ago, the drought has just increased throughout pretty much the entire state of Florida, and very large area of extreme drought in South Florida, and some extreme drought in our area. Southeast Marion County and Volusia County by Daytona Beach is seeing some extreme drought, severe drought for parts of Marion County and Ocala, and we're abnormally dry here in Gainesville. It's also very hot here in Gainesville. Don't need to get up into the upper 90s for it to be feeling hot. 88 degrees here in Gainesville and 89 in Ocala will keep you sweating if you're outside outside for even just 5 minutes. Our campus cam right now, though, it just looks hot out there. It looks like there may be a bug or a leaf on our campus cam there, but just clouds overhead. It's just a hot day out there. I'll have your full weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes.
An Alachua County middle schooler is facing cyber-stalking charges after a deputy say he repeatedly threatened a student online. Investigators say the student attends Canapaja Middle School, and we're not naming him due to his age. Detectives say the threats were made over several days earlier this month on social media, aimed at another student. They say the threats eventually escalated to shooting the victim, and he has taken into custody. Neighbors in Ocala can hear updates on the State Road 200 project next month. The open house is at the Courtyard by Mary Ocala from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on Thursday, May 8th. FDOT will show neighbors looping presentations of the construction plans and be able to talk to project team members. They're also hosting an online webinar at the same time for people to attend remotely. You can visit the project website anytime to view the same presentations and submit comments and questions.
Neighbors in parts of Marion Oaks are being asked to boil their water. County leaders issued a precautionary boil water notice this week due to a damaged water line. Marion County Utilities warned those who live by Southwest 38th Avenue Road and Southwest 40th Circle should boil their water first for at least 1 minute before drinking, cooking, or brushing their teeth. Water used for laundry or showering does not need to be boiled.
National Drug Take Back Day is tomorrow, and the Levy County Sheriff's Office is working with community partners to collect expired and unused medication. The Levy County deputies say, along with the Williston Police Department and the Cleveland Police Department, will collect prescription drugs for proper disposal. Throwing away drugs in trash can or flushing them down the toilet are not safe options for disposal. Community members can go to any of the locations on your screen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or any time to dispose unwanted, unused, or expired prescription medication.
The Red Cross is honoring their workers during National Volunteer Week. Coming up after the break, highlighting the work they do and why they say they need more young people to step up their volunteer efforts.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back. It's National Volunteer Week, and the Red Cross is taking time to praise their volunteer heroes and are asking people to fill critical disaster jobs. WFT's Eva Garcia spoke with Red Cross officials about why it's necessary to fill the jobs ahead of hurricane season.
For American Red Cross volunteer Gary Lee, it's all about helping his community, especially those with critical needs.
I've seen their eyes light up. I've seen them literally run to the trucks. And thank God you're here.
Gary is among some 300,000 U.S. Red Cross workers being recognized for National Volunteer Appreciation Week. The humanitarian organization says volunteers make up 90% of their workforce, putting in countless hours of work for their community. Just one of these trucks can go very far when helping people that have been affected by disaster. The North Florida region of the American Red Cross helps over 1,000 families annually, and they're available to help 24/7.
We're right there from a Red Cross perspective, right after the fire department. And many people don't have family and friends in the area to rely on, but we give them hope.
Volunteers like Gary says this type of work gives him purpose, especially at an older age.
When all your kids are gone, they're grown up, and you're getting older in age, like I am, and you need something to do, something to keep living for, and so you step forward and say, I've got something to contribute.
Despite being part of the world's largest humanitarian organization, the Red Cross says they are struggling to get younger people involved.
But Red Cross needs people desperately to help out their own communities, throughout the country. And we try to spark it, but it's not sparking with getting young people interested.
Among several other jobs, they need more people to fill roles that deal with natural disasters and blood donations. If you would like to receive more information or apply to be a volunteer, visit redcross.org. For WFT News, Eva Garcia.
It's another warm and sunny day overlooking our campus cam. I'll have just what you can expect for your weekend plans after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
A second North Central Florida county has enacted a burn ban due to extreme drought and elevated fire danger.
Citrus County leaders announced the burn ban earlier this afternoon. Citrus County Fire Rescue requested the burn ban take effect immediately for all unincorporated areas of the county. Under the ban, neighbors can't set or cause a fire to land in urban or rural areas. no campfires, and people can't light fireworks or sparklers. Marion County enacted a voluntary burn ban last week due to the dry conditions.
Oh, and speaking of those dry conditions, I do not remember the last time I've seen a drop of rain.
You're right, and it's getting hotter.
Definitely is getting hotter, and those temperatures, they speak for themselves, just how hot it is. You step outside and you can feel just how hot it is. It feels like a Florida summer. 87 degrees right now in Gainesville, 89 over in Ocala, just shy of 90 degrees, but it feels every bit of the upper 80s right now just because of how warm it is. A little bit cooler on the coast because they're getting a little bit of a sea breeze, 81 in Daytona and 80 up in St. Augustine, but it is just a hot and sunny day out there. It's a little less hazy out there on our campus cam, more prominent blue skies, 87 degrees on our campus cam, a little bit of clouds overlooking the west campus cam, but it's just going to be a beautiful night in terms of a summer evening, even though it's technically only still the spring. It's going to be a little bit breezy as those temperatures start to drop into the mid 60s, waking up tomorrow morning, pretty much of the same as it has been this past week. Dropping into the mid 60s, waking up in the mid 60s, another warm morning, another warm evening. It is a beautiful evening though to go out and to watch the baseball game, Arkansas at Florida. First pitch set for 6:30, just gonna be shy of 90 degrees though, but then as that sun starts to set, the wind's gonna pick up a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit breezy out there. We're gonna be in the mid 70s. It's going to be a nice night to go enjoy some evening ballpark baseball, America's favorite pastime. Satellite right now, it's all clear down here in Florida. All that rain is still concentrated in the deep south. It'd be nice if some of that storms came over here to give us some rain because the drought that we're experiencing right now is covering a lot of Florida, a large area of extreme drought down in South Florida. And as a few days ago, an extreme drought has been issued for parts of southeast Marion County and Daytona Beach in Volusia County, abnormally dry conditions here in Alachua County, and severe drought in Ocala as well. Rainfall totals these past few days, past week, all contained at the deep south. Other than one tiny speck in the panhandle, there has been no rain over the past 7 days in Florida. As we head into this weekend though, it's going to be much of the same. Clear tomorrow afternoon for your Saturday. As we head into Sunday night, there could be a 20% chance of showers on Sunday night, not enough to clear the drought. And then Monday afternoon, more towards the east coast along 95, there could be some afternoon thunderstorms. Again, not enough to clear the drought, but any rain is going to help. And then Tuesday, we're going to be dry throughout the rest of the week. So as we head into May though, there's a 33% chance we have above normal rainfall total. So it is a step in the right direction in terms of getting rid of these drought conditions. This weekend though, going to be a lot of sunshine, could be an afternoon thunderstorm or two on Sunday, only about a 20% chance of rain though. So if you're going outside this weekend, it's going to be a nice weekend. It's also going to be pretty warm. 50% chance of rain on Monday, not enough to clear those drought conditions, and then another dry week in store.
Coming off a national championship win, Florida men's basketball continues to score high with recruits. Joining the Gators backcourt, his size, skill, and competitive nature will be a key contributor for Florida. WFC's Jelianys Ramos caught up with three-star recruit CJ Ingram this afternoon. We'll have more after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Happy Friday and welcome back to sports. I'm Alyssa Britton-Harr. Florida men's golf had themselves a day at the SEC Championships out at Sea Island Golf Club in Georgia. The Gators shooting a combined 10 under par Friday, the second best score of the day. Ian Gilligan pacing the Gators with his round of 5 under 65. It has them sitting 5th in the overall leaderboard at a combined 16 under par. Everyone is chasing Auburn. They lead the way at a combined 38 under after a field leading 12 under par on Friday. The top 8 teams advance to the quarterfinals and semifinals, which will be played Saturday. On the hardwood, Gator fans are still basking in the glow of a national championship. They're also looking at a stacked lineup for next season. One of those stars is recruit CJ Ingram, who looks to step into a Gator legacy. WFT's Jelianys Ramos has the latest on the team's newest commit.
A 6'6" freshman, son of a Gator great and a top 25 recruit in the 2025 class from ESPN, CJ Ingram has brought his talents to the Swamp.
Just be on the lookout for some super cool highlights and another winning season and hopefully another national championship.
Ingram spent 3 years as a two-sport athlete in high school, playing football and basketball. But leading into his senior year, he chose to solely focus on basketball. Former Hawthorne star in 27 games played in his senior year averaged 12.6 points per game, 2.5 assists, and 6.9 rebounds per game. In addition to his talent, Ingram continues a legacy built by his father at the University of Florida. You may recognize Ingram's last name. His father, Cornelius, started as a two-sport athlete at UF. but focused on football, helping the team win 2 national championships under Urban Meyer, a goal that now his son wants to accomplish for basketball.
Luckily enough, I was able to come to Florida as well. I want to do my own thing. I seen the great things that he did. I mean, it's definitely motivation, but I definitely want to begin my own legacy.
As a hometown kid, playing for the hometown team and following his dad's legacy was a priority for Ingram during his recruiting process.
Super fortunate, I'm blessed. God put me in this position for a reason, and I'm just ready to see what he has in store for me.
The freshman is highly motivated to help his hometown team get back to the top. Ingram is not afraid of the bright lights that once shine on his dad. Reporting live from the Odom, Jelianys, Ramos, WFT Sports.
As the end of the academic year takes hold, the reality of life after college is hitting many prominent Gator athletes. For some, it's a life after sport. For others, it's about turning collegiate success into a professional career. One of those prominent athletes is Malcolm Clemens, runner-up at the 2024 Olympic trials. As he competed in his last competition as a Gator last week, WFT's Jordan Banks profiled his journey.
From the lights of Paris to the quiet serenity of Gainesville, this past year has been a memorable one for senior Malcolm Clemens. For the past 365 days, he has accomplished a lot of things, but is willing to accomplish more things to come.
Malcolm Clemens has built an exceptional collegiate resume, earning multiple national and conference honors throughout his 3 years at Florida. He's a 4-time All-American in the long jump, most recently securing first-team honors in both the 2024 indoor and outdoor seasons. Clemens' name is etched into the Florida record books as well, ranking number 2 all-time in the indoor long jump.
Last year was a really good year. I think I really built on my sophomore year, so I think that I've been able to figure out a few things and really be able to evolve myself as an athlete. So building into this season, I feel like I've really worked on a few things, and I think I'll be able to finish this year out strong in the way that I set my goals to.
Clemens' path hasn't followed the traditional route. After rising through the collegiate ranks at Florida, he earned the ultimate opportunity representing Team USA. Competing on the world's biggest stage pushed him beyond the physical. It tested his mindset, discipline, and love for the sport. Returning to Gainesville for his final season as a Gator, Clemens brought back more than just experience. He brought back perspective.
It was definitely a big change coming from the Olympics to right back to college, because most people turn into professional athletes after. So getting back into the mindset of coming back to college, coming back to the same work that I had to put in to go and compete. I think I've made the transition pretty well, and I think I'll finish this year out strong and be able to show all that I've been working on.
Clemens is building towards the SEC and the NCAA championships. Then after that, he will turn pro, representing his country one more time in the World Championships, which takes place in September. Jordan Banks, WUFT Sports.
Taylor Booth was selected to the Jacksonville Jaguars 2025 All-Prep 25 team. As the top 25 player in the state of Florida, she also ranks #1 in the state and nationally with her 25 interceptions this season.
There is finally some rain possible as we head into Sunday and Monday. While it may not be enough to clear the drought or ruin your weekend plans, could be an afternoon thunderstorm on your way home from work on Monday. Not enough to clear the drought, though. Good enough to maybe water those plants a little bit, but then dry conditions are going to resume as we head in throughout the week.
Thanks, Matthew. And thank you for joining us.
You can find your North Central Florida news is always on at WFT.org and all our social media platforms. Have a good night.